Hello everyone, welcome to part 33 of Laravel 11 series in which we are getting the e-commerce website with Laravel and MongoDB. So once again we are going to work on the categories module, and in this video we are going to validate add category form, and we'll also add the multiple category levels. Okay, so in the last video we able to add the category, we able to build that add category form, you can see, and we able to add one of the category with this form. Okay, we able to add this electronics category with this form, and now we are going to add the validations. Like if someone will try to submit, then it will not submit this blank entry. Okay, here you can see the category added with blank entry, but that is wrong. Okay, so I'm going to delete it right now. Okay, but we will not allow the admin to add the blank category. Okay, so for that we are going to add the validations, and let's start. First validation we are going to add, and after that we are going to add here the category level, so that see, right now we are just adding the categories in the parent category. Okay, but we are also want to add the categories under those categories that we have already added. Like see, I'm going to connect to the MongoDB. Now I'm going to show you. This is our project 11 database, and here you can go to the categories collection, and here you can see all are the parent categories. Like clothing is the parent, appliances is the parent, electronics is the parent, and now we want to add another category after clothing. Okay, means subcategory under clothing. So for that we need to select clothing, so that category level is required here, in which the parent main category we are going to add if the admin wants to add under main category, or if we will give the option to add the category in any of the parent category like the clothing. Then the user then the admin is going to select the clothing if the admin wants to add under clothing category. Okay, so let's start working on this one. First we are going to do the validations, and let's see the here what we are required to do. So all these steps are given here, you can follow under the video description as well. The steps are given there, but the source code, for source code you need to follow the complete video, and you can also follow the Laravel 10 series. Only difference is this series is with MongoDB. If you want to assess in detail step by step instruction, then please follow the Laravel 10 series as well, in which we have used the MySQL database instead of the MongoDB. Okay, so there are some changes in Laravel 11, and that we are doing it with MongoDB as well. Okay, so here what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add the validation, and I'm going to open here the category controller. So here add edit category, we are going to open that add edit category as well, and here inside the post method I'm going to add here the validations. Okay, so these are the validations that I'm going to add. Okay, but there is some change that we are required to do. Okay, so I have added this validation, but it will not work right now because there is one change that we are required to do. So here we are going to make few changes. Like here it will come dollar request, and oh sorry, here I think validate dollar request or validate something like this, or we can open that CMS controller. See, changes keeps on coming, and see dollar request validate, and it's fine. Okay, yeah, it's fine like this. Okay, so now we are going to test it once, and let's see if we are able to validate or not. Let's click on submit, and you can see the category name and category URL is required, but category description is not required, so we can remove this. Okay, so I'm going to remove it as well, add edit category, and we can remove this one from description. Okay, because it is not required, it is not mandatory. So you can see that two things are mandatory here, category name as well as category URL. Okay, so the admin required to fill these two things. Okay, like if the admin wants to add the another category like accessories, okay, as the parent category, and then he just required to fill the category name as well as the category URL, then he can able to add this. Okay, you can see accessory has been added as the parent category. Okay, so all these are the parent categories so far. Okay, so but now we want to add the further category inside the clothing. We are going to add the men inside the clothing. So for that we require here the category level so that I can select the clothing here. Okay, so for that let's add that. Okay, so this one we have already done, and let's add, first we are going to add the single level, then multiple level. Okay, for that we are going to add this get categories function. Okay, so we are going to add this one in the category model. Okay, so let's open the category model now. Category model. So I'm going to add this function inside the category model, in which we are going to get all the categories of parent id, where parent id is null. Okay, so and also we are going to add the relation, the subcategories relation we are going to add as well. Like we have the parent category relation, here we have the subcategories relation as well. So one category can have the multiple subcategories, so the relation is has many. Okay, so the subcategories relation can have the further subcategories, so has many relation must be there. So one category can have the multiple categories, so this is the relation that we will define here and will add here in get categories. Okay, so after this we are going to add this relation in add edit categories, so that we can able to fetch all the categories and their subcategories. Okay, so that we are going to add here, like I'm going to add it here, and will see simply return that to add edit category blade file. But here I'm going to check it once that it's working fine or not. I'm going to use the dd here and we'll check that we able to fetch all the categories and their subcategories or not. Okay, so here I'm going to refresh it, and you can see we able to fetch all the categories and their subcategories does not exist right now, so only the parent categories are coming. Okay, so like you can see the clothing, appliances, electronics, accessories, so only we able to fetch the parent categories because subcategories does not exist. So these categories we are going to show as the category level here in the add edit category form. So we are going to add here the category level drop down, category level select box. Okay, so for that I'm going to add this select box now, this single level select box after category name we are going to add here. Okay, so let's align it as well. So now we are going to check it, and here I'm going to modify this one, and we'll see the category level layer. And here you can see along with the main category, if the person wants to add further in the main category, like we have added the accessories in the last step. Okay, then he can able to add that. But if we want to add under any of the category, then we are just required to select that. Okay, like if we want to add the men under clothing, then I will just add the men under clothing. I will just select the clothing here, and then we'll add the men. Okay, and here I'm going to add the men, and finally we'll add it this, and you can see men. Okay, men is not under parent category because I think some code is still required. We are required to update somewhere. Let's open the category controller and sorry, add edit category function. We are going to see that why we are not able to see here the parent id does not exist. So that's why the issue is coming. We need to save the parent id as well, and here you can see the parent id is here, but I don't think that we have added it here. Okay, so that is yeah, parent id we have not added here, so that's why we are not able to add. Okay, so the parent id we are required to save the parent id as well, and here we are going to add the parent id. Okay, so that id will come up from there, then we are going to add it. Okay, so right now let's see the men added as the parent category. Okay, because here we have not added any parent id. Okay, so I'm going to remove the men, and we'll delete the men, and we'll add the men once again, and let's see that if we able to add the men under clothing this time or not. And let's see, and now I'm going to add men once again, and yes, this time we able to add the men under clothing. You can see men is added under clothing, and here the parent category is coming as clothing because men is added under clothing. And here I'm going to show you in MongoDB the one big thing I'm going to show you, that IDs, like now the you can see the men parent ID. Here you can see the men parent ID, and that parent ID is the ID of clothing. You can see this ID 662768, and this is the ID of clothing 662768. Okay, so this ID belongs to the clothing, and see 768. And see, we can check the last 5 digit instead, because maybe the first one are same. Here you can see the 0137 f2, 0137 f2, it is f4. But here you can see 07 see in parent ID 728 f2, 0137 f2, and 0137 f2. So this parent ID is matching with the ID of clothing, so there is the relation. So this is the relation that we have defined, so that we can associate one category with another. Okay, so now you can able to see that we have added the subcategory for the first time under clothing, that is the main category. Okay, so like this we can add further categories as well. And here you can see let's modify to the multi-level. Here you can see the one level, and we are going to make it the multi-level as well. There is the further update. We are going to modify the get categories function as well. Okay, with the multi subcategories, so that we can add the multi-level here. Okay, so I am going to add it once again. Sorry, I think copy is not correct. So now we are going to add it, and here you can see that we have added the subcategories, and under those subcategories then again we have added the subcategories as well. Okay, so this is the multi-level, and here the div, under div as well, this is the multi-level div as well, in which there are multiple for each loops. Okay, so I'm going to replace this category level as well with this one, like this. Okay, so I'm going to align it as well. So now we are going to check. Okay, so I'm going to refresh it, and now see, there is some issue, and here I think the IDs are not correct. Here we are going to add the underscore ID. Okay, now we are going to check once again. Yes, now it's fine. Okay, so now you can see the multi-level clothing man, and one more level we are going to add now, and I'm going to add the t-shirts under men now. Okay, so see, there is the clothing under clothing man, and under men we are going to add the further category, that is the t-shirt subcategory this time. And here I'm going to add the t-shirts now. Here I'm going to add here the t-shirts as well, and then click on submit, and you can see the t-shirts is added now under men. Okay, man is added under clothing, and t-shirt is added under men. You can see the multi-level now. Okay, so here if I will add another one, and you can see the category level now, clothing, and under clothing men, and under men the t-shirts. Okay, so this is the multi-level. Up to 2 level we have added, up to 3 level, first level, second level, and third level. Okay, first are the main categories, then subcategories, then subcategories. Okay, so that is enough for any e-commerce website. Okay, so I hope that this one you can able to add at your end as well. And if you will find any issue, then you can surely contact me. Still we need to work on the audit functionality for these categories, that we are going to work on in the next video. So that's all for now. Have a nice time. Goodbye.